All right, this was highly requested, guys, and here it is, the zucchini bread that cannot last more than 2 days in my home. Let's start off with telling you what you're gonna need. 3 teaspoons of vanilla and a half a teaspoon of almond extract is what is mixed inside of there. Moving on, you're going to need 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then you're going to also need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then we're going to move along to that big old bowl over there. That is 3 cups. I said 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Make sure it is all-purpose flour, okay? Now let's move on to the next ingredient. Now we have some pink Himalayan salt, guys. You can use any kind of salt you want, just not Epsom salt, okay? Any kind of salt, but not Epsom salt. Now we have some walnuts. I usually do pecans and walnuts, but pecans is getting a little expensive, so your girl said we're going to do walnuts this time. And I have 1.5 cups. And then I have 3 eggs, just 3 eggs. And I usually use brown eggs. I've been really loving the brown egg thing. So those are brown eggs, but you can use the eggs of your choice. And then we have 1 cup of oil. And this is canola oil. You can also use olive oil, guys. Yes, butter does something different to this bread, not in a good way, so let's stick to the oils, okay? Now we have in this bowl 1.25 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar. Then we also have 2 cups of zucchini, okay? Zucchini. And guess what, guys? I pre-chopped this and put this in the freezer. So that is all you're going to need. So let's get started and let me show you how easy this is. And you're going to thank me later, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to start off by adding all your dry ingredients. So you have your flour. We're going to add the baking powder. And then we're going to add the baking soda. And then we're going to add the salt. Now this right here is the key. You don't want no lumpy bread. You want it nice, fluffy, and moist. So I got the old school sifter, and we're going to put all of this dry ingredients inside of there, and we're going to sift this stuff and get all the lumps up out of it. Make sure that this bread bakes nice and tender, okay? So once you get all the lumps out of it, you're going to take whatever you see up in there and you're going to toss that over to the side because we don't need that in our bread, okay? So once you got all the dry ingredients together, it is now time to put the wet. So we have both sugars already in a bowl. We're going to add our eggs. Then after the eggs, we're going to add our oil. And then after we add the oil, we are going to add our cinnamon. I know cinnamon is dry, but yeah, it goes in this batter, okay? And then your vanilla and almond. And you're going to mix this stuff on up until it is nice and, mixed. And then after you do that, it is time to add the dry. Some people say when you add in dry to wet, add a little at a time. It really doesn't matter as long as you make sure that you incorporate both mixes very well. So your girl ain't got time for all that little bit at a time. So we just gonna mix it all together like so. And then once we get this mix all together, guys, guess what? It is time to add the zucchini cheese. Okay, let me stop. But anywho, so now we're gonna add the zucchini and then we're gonna mix again. Yep, just a little bit more mixing. But you see how that dough changed? That just goes to show that zucchini makes this batter moist, okay? Moist, I tell you. All right, so now add the walnuts. Oh my gosh, guys, wait, hold up. That is it. I told y'all I was going to share, and I told y'all it was going to be simple. You could do this with your children. You could do this with your hubby, your spouse, whoever. Now listen, the thing is you could freeze this bread, guys. This right here makes 2 loaves of bread. So I got my 2 loaf pans, old school loaf pans, okay? And I took a little bit of Pam, all these versions of the Pam, and I put some flour in it and patted it around after I sprayed the pan and made sure it was coated well. And then you're going to evenly distribute the batter into both pans. That is it, okay? That is it, okay? So once you get your batter into both of the loaf pans, guess what, guys? Guess what? It is time for the bread to meet its maker, okay? It is going to be created inside of the oven. So you want to heat your oven at 325, and once it is nice and ready, you're going to set your timer to 45 minutes, okay? Place your bread inside of the oven, and then you're going to wait. And only way you know it's done is by sticking a toothpick or a skewer stick inside of it. And if it, look, I'm all off of the camera, okay, all off the camera. If it comes out clean, it is done. You want to let it cool for about 15 to 20 minutes. I don't even know if I waited that long. I'm telling y'all, this bread is so good, and I promise y'all need to leave me comments below and let me know how much your babies, your hubby, your girlfriend, boyfriend, uncle, auntie love this bread, because this bread is amazing and it has like a crisp to the outsides. Oh my gosh, it is done. So now usually what I do is add a little butter to mine. Yeah, gotta have the butter. But this little slice, as y'all know, somebody ate the other part just that fast, because they couldn't wait neither. But yeah, I gotta tell you that this bread is so amazing. If you like coffee or tea in the morning, this is gonna be a perfect concoction. And you can, like I said, freeze it, guys. So if you don't want to eat one loaf and it's just you by yourself, you can freeze it, put in some wax paper, and then put it in some saran wrap, and then put it in the freezer, in a freezer bag, and just bring it out and let it unthaw when you're ready. Yep, those are my 3 slices. Don't judge me. You know what? Bye bye. I will talk to y'all later. I hope you enjoyed. I hope my revivers enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you thumbs up. And guess what, guys? This is where your girl is on social media. But before you go, check out these great videos I have lined up.